Imagine walking into a supermarket with 50 brands of cereal, or opening a dating app with hundreds of faces to swipe through, or standing at the crossroads of 1,000 career paths, lifestyles, or philosophies to follow. It feels like freedom. But what if it's not? What if the very thing we thought would liberate us is quietly suffocating us? This is the paradox of choice, a silent epidemic of modern life. And it's not just making us tired, it's making us anxious, dissatisfied, and in many cases, profoundly lost. We live in an era obsessed with freedom, the freedom to choose who we are, what we want, and how we want to live. Society glorifies it, capitalism markets it, democracy depends on it. Every app, every brand, every lifestyle says the same thing. You can have it your way. But freedom has a shadow, and in that shadow lives a different truth. The more options we have, the more overwhelmed we become. Because choice isn't always clarity. Sometimes it's chaos. You feel it when you can't pick a movie, can't settle on a partner, or can't decide what to do with your life. And the irony? The more choices we're given, the less satisfied we are with any of them. Psychologist Barry Schwartz coined it the paradox of choice. His research revealed something deeply unsettling. When people are faced with too many options, they're more likely to delay decisions, make worse choices, and feel less satisfied afterward, even when the outcome is objectively good. Why? Because more options mean more comparisons, more doubts, and more imagined alternatives. Every choice becomes a calculation. Every yes carries the ghost of 1,000 no's. This leads to what psychologists call decision fatigue, a phenomenon where every decision, big or small, chips away at our mental energy. By the end of the day, we're not just tired, we're cognitively drained, and in that state, even choosing dinner feels like a burden. Worse still, there's FOBO, fear of better options, the constant nagging anxiety that something better is out there, that no matter what we choose, we could have chosen better. So we delay, we avoid, we loop, paralysis replaces action, and perfectionism poisons progress. It's why people swipe endlessly through dating apps but never settle. It's why shoppers browse for hours and still feel unsure. It's why we scroll social media and end up feeling emptier, not fuller. We like to believe we're rational beings, but when overwhelmed by options, we become emotionally reactive, impulsive, or stuck. Studies have shown that shoppers offered fewer options are more likely to buy and feel happier with their purchase than those given more. Too many choices introduce a concept called opportunity cost. For every path we take, we're haunted by the paths we didn't. Not just what we lose, but what we imagine we could have had. And the mind, being a master of imagination, makes those lost possibilities look perfect. We apply this logic to jobs. What if I'd chosen a more exciting field? To partners, did I settle too soon? To places, should I have moved abroad? It never ends. It's a life lived in hypothetical regret. And the mental health toll is real. Anxiety, self-doubt, chronic dissatisfaction, even depression. Not because life is bad, but because our expectations, inflated by endless options, become impossible to satisfy. Long before psychology, philosophers warned us about this. Søren Kierkegaard called it the dizziness of freedom, that sense of vertigo that comes with infinite possibilities. With no clear direction, we become lost in potential. The Stoics believed that real freedom comes not from having many options, but from mastering one's desires. They preach simplicity, restraint, intentionality. Buddhism echoes this. Suffering is born from craving, especially the craving for the perfect path, the perfect self. The more we desire, the more we suffer. The more we simplify, the more we awaken. Modern psychology agrees. One antidote to the paradox of choice is called satisficing, choosing something that's good enough and moving forward with confidence. It sounds simple, even lazy, but in reality, it's one of the healthiest cognitive strategies we have. Satisficers don't agonize over what-ifs. They commit, adapt, and live. Maximizers, those chasing the absolute best, often end up empty despite their superior outcomes. Because joy doesn't come from the outside, in a product, a person, or a path. It comes from how we relate to our choices, from our ability to accept, not perfect. So how do we reclaim our peace in a world addicted to options? We start with clarity. Know your values, know what matters. If you know what you're truly seeking, love, peace, growth, you won't be fooled by shiny distractions. Then, create limits. Structure isn't suffocation, it's liberation. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day to preserve mental energy. Writers build routines. Minimalists remove clutter. Why? Because fewer choices mean more freedom where it matters. Third, embrace commitment. Stop holding out for perfect. Start living in real. Perfection is a myth. Commitment is what transforms potential into progress. Lastly, be kind to yourself. You will make imperfect choices. You will sometimes regret, but that's life. And life is not about optimizing. It's about experiencing. In a world obsessed with more, maybe peace comes from less. In a world obsessed with better, maybe joy comes from enough. Freedom is not the power to choose endlessly. It is the power to choose once and fully live that choice. You don't need the perfect cereal, the perfect job, the perfect partner. What you need is meaning, and meaning doesn't come from having everything. It comes from choosing something and giving it your soul. Choose less, live more, and in doing so, finally feel free.